Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about something humorous and give everybody a laugh, introduce a little bit of levity to this week. And we're going to talk about a story that broke while everything else was breaking. So, it kind of got overshadowed. But it is definitely entertaining, to say the least. So, some Russian troops in Ukraine, they decided to take a bunch of equipment from a John Deere dealership. They took this equipment all the way back to Chechnya. Now, if you're familiar with John Deere equipment, you already know where this story is going. And while you're laughing, let me clue everybody else in. The big ticket items from John Deere, they're the reason that John Deere is kind of falling out of favor with smaller operators, with people who have smaller farms, because you can't work on that stuff yourself. And it's just loaded down with computers, and it's all kind of controlled via satellite. And this has led to smaller farms going with other companies. You know, that John Deere grain, it's not as prevalent as it used to be on smaller places. Now, the giant companies, they're still going to use it because John Deere can basically run their harvester and their seeder and all of that stuff from space. And I get it, it's great for them, but for smaller places, not so much. So, these Russian troops, they loot this city. They loot this town. They steal $5 million worth of agricultural equipment from a John Deere dealership. And then they haul it all the way back to Grozny, to Chechnya, which is where they find out that they can't turn it on. All the high-ticket items, all the real expensive stuff, they took some harvesters that are worth $250,000 a piece. They can't run any of it, and they will not be able to. John Deere has locked them out of it via remote access. Now, some of the smaller stuff, the smaller tractors, they might be able to get those running. But the big stuff, the expensive stuff, the stuff that was really hard to move all of that way, nah, they're never going to get that stuff running. So basically, they got a bunch of scrap metal, maybe a few engine parts, and tires. That's what they got out of this, because everything else is going to be useless. It is worth noting that this type of activity by troops is a violation of the laws of armed conflict. And the Russian forces happen to engage in this behavior with stuff that is just totally tracked in every way. In fact, they know what farm it is on in Grozny. So crime doesn't pay. Not even in a war zone, I guess. Just something that's a little bit humorous in a week that is full of a bunch of stuff that just is not funny. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.